So I think we're going to start off this evening with the night sky, which is one of my favorite topics. I've always been fascinated with the stars and whatnot. And the things that I kind of had on my radar coming up for people to pay attention to. The first one is dealing with Mercury. Mercury being one of the inner planets. So the the neat thing for me about that is that it's kind of connected to the sun from our observational perspective. That unlike all the other, except Venus, all the other planets, they can go completely across the sky for us, where Mercury and Venus are tied to the sun. Um, that makes sense. So Mercury can only get up to about 19 degrees or so away from the sun, which is almost 2 fists. So if you're looking at the horizon and you put one fist and then add another fist, that's as far as it gets away at sunset. So it makes it very difficult to see Mercury most of the year because it's within, you have to catch it right at sunset. And the neat thing was that tomorrow is the longest elongation for Mercury. So it'll be at that very top point. So it's the easiest point to go out and see Mercury as a evening star, morning star. So as soon as the sun sets, if you look towards the horizon and or have the opportunity to view the horizon, you might have a chance of taking a peek at little old Mercury, which I find I've been looking at Mercury because its pattern is so quick versus some of the outer planets. So we get lots of different influences through the season versus, say, Jupiter, which is a year star. So it's in the same constellation for most of the year, depending on the size of the constellation. But Mercury goes around almost 1.5 times in a season. So we get all those influences, but they're connected with the sun. So when it's away from the sun, I'm trying to pinpoint, like, is the influence enhanced? Do we get more of it because it's got that little bit of separation from the sun? From my kind of astrology teachings and whatnot, that the sun, kind of shrouds some of that influence coming through, being that big bright light during the day. So when it's away from it, either as a morning star or evening star, those influences, which is, if you look at say your BD calendars and whatnot, that it'll just tell you what or constellation Mercury is in throughout the year, but it's not really saying how far away or it has from the sun. So if you had the opportunity, it's one of those kind of see situations. And so it's not tomorrow, but after tomorrow, it starts to get back towards the sun. So taking advantage of that is opportunist. And the other one I have in